Interplanetary Remix, page 444.
So here it is, a review of the Beatles Christmas Records box set. And these sound amazing. But let me just tell you about these for the casual fan that just doesn't know. And I briefly touched on it in the video where I tried to address some of the criticisms already. For the casual fan that doesn't know, the Beatles never did a Beatles Christmas album where the Beatles are singing holiday classics. The Beatles singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or Jingle Bells, or Little Drummer Boy, or O Come All Ye Faithful. For one thing, they felt it was a cheap scam on the fans. Tony Barrow, one of their press agents who worked for Brian Epstein's company, Nemes Enterprises, he devised the idea of the Beatles recording these flexi disc records. A flexi disc is very thin, shaky, I guess vinyl? I don't know if it's, or whatever it is. It could be easily destroyed. I would see them in magazines when I was growing up. So it was Tony Barrow's idea to do these as sort of a thank you to the fans. And the first one they did in 1963, Tony Barrow wrote a script which they quickly sent up. It was supposed to be their own words, and you quickly had realized while they are reading this script that they're like, oh gosh, and they started to use their own words, which made it more interesting. So they did the one in 1963, and that was really supposed to be it, but it was so popular that they did it in 64, and it became an annual tradition for the fan club. Specifically in the UK, Americans got the 1963 one in 64 because the 64 one was not complete at the time, or was not ready in time, I think. And then they didn't get the other ones until, I think they got 69. If somebody knows more than me, please let me know. I do know that the big compilation in 1970, after they broke up, Americans finally got those. But 1963 and 64 is basically thanking the fans. Hello, this is John speaking with his voice. In 1963 was the first words spoken on the first Beatles Christmas record. What I like about these is that if you listen to these all back to back, and it's not a long time listening, it's like maybe a half hour, 40 minutes of listening if you play them all back to back, they really tell the story of the Beatles. Now, how do they sound? They used a wide variety of sources on this, and I'm just going to go to a magazine article here from Variety. In 1970, they used fan club secretary Frida Kelly's flexi discs for needle drops on the 1970 compilation. Here, they used the best source for each, mastered by Sean Maggie or Magee, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but he's a mastering cutter at Abbey Road now. They utilized tape masters for 64, 65, and 67, so not all the masters have been lost, or they're probably safeties. They used the archival dubs of the flexi discs for 63, 66, and 69, and they used a new dub of made from a flexi for 1968. So probably safeties for 64, 65, and 67, and these are the best they've ever sounded. These are the best they've ever sounded. 1966 Pantomime Everywhere's Christmas sounds a bit quiet compared to the other ones. Almost too quiet. So I did have to raise the volume a bit on that. But the other ones, details. There are details in here. You could tell that they put love and care in these recordings. So it does not sound like some simple tossed off effort on these. They sound great. If you have a copy of the 1970 compilation, be it an original or a boot, or if you have any of the MP3 bootlegs that are flying out there, or you grab them from YouTube, these are the best. If you're fans of these are the best they've ever sounded. I will stand by that. There's details that I haven't heard before that I'm hearing on these. And yes, these are on colored vinyl as well, and the colors are beautiful. The colors are definitely beautiful. But that doesn't affect it. I know a lot of people say colored vinyl is usually horrible. Everything is based on the pressing. Everything's based on the pressing when it comes to vinyl. And I know a lot of people want these on a CD, or they want to download them. If you're a fan of the Beatles and you have a turntable and you need to own everything, you need to pick this up. If you, this is my Christmas gift to myself. And I play these every Christmas. I know a lot of people say, oh, I only played them once or twice and I file them away. Not me. It's an annual thing. The holidays start, I grab my 1970 compilation, or I grab my CD of the MP3s that I put together. I play them in the car. They get me in the mood. They're one of the many things that get me in the Christmas mood. So if you're a fan of these, highly recommended. I'm glad Apple put these out. I'm glad we have them. I'm glad we have them in affordable copies with the artwork recreated. They did a great job on this. The only problem I do have that I will say is that I wish they did have protective sleeves for the records. Only quip I have there. But other than so, you have to be extra careful taking them out of the package, out of the cover. But if you're careful, take them out slow, don't rub them against the material too much, I think you'll be fine. Which is one of the great things about records. You have to be careful with them. So yes, I recommend it. These are historic, not available to the public outside of the fan clubs, and now they're available to the public. You have to get it. The Beatles Fan Club Christmas Records box set. Enjoy, and I'll see you on my next video, which hopefully should be coming up shortly. Peace and much love to you.